Hello, beautiful souls. Welcome to our weekly episode of Water Rising. And thanks for being here, tuning in on this journey together. So I am going to talk today about self-discipline versus self-devotion. And to me, right, self-discipline can feel like it has a very valid quality. Right? We oftentimes think if we're not hard on ourselves or if we don't have good discipline with ourselves and our habits and our work ethic and all these things, then how are we going to build a life? How are we going to get up in the morning and get going and do all the things that we want to do if we don't have discipline? And if we don't, a lot of us, right, we come from this place that we have to be hard on ourselves. We have to be really regimented. We have to be in our routine. Maybe if it's related to health and fitness, we're counting our calories and filling out apps and going for our run and checking all our data on our watch. And we can get really caught up in this place of these are all the things we have to do it, and this is the way we have to do it. And the same for us at work, right? We have all our to-do lists. We have our calendars. We have this part of us that is constantly on us. And for those of us that are here as leaders and visionaries and healers and the people that are devoted to creating a new world for us, we often get caught in this place of, I have to do more. I have to achieve more. Once we reach a place that we feel comfortable with, then the bar moves, and then the bar moves. And this is fine, right? This is how we get ahead. This is great if we're really conscious that we're doing it. Where it gets kind of murky and where we fall into too much doing, or we're caught in our survival mode, or we're really like in this self-discipline place, is when we're doing this unconsciously. And we're doing it from a place of our belonging, our worth, our ability to be loved are the thing that are driving us to be in this place of discipline. So how I have shifted this in my life over the years and how this has become where I love doing what I love, right? Because this is how we want to live our lives. We want to live feeling joy. We want to feel happiness. We want to feel connection. We want to feel that we have time to do what just brings us so much enrichment. And we want to spend time with the people we love, and we want to be doing work we love. We want to be engaged in practices with ourselves that we love. And the way for me that this changed was to be in self-devotion. So instead of coming from a place of letting my wounding, my conditioning, my stories about why I had to do things and how I had to show up and please everybody else, and how I could only allow myself to have fun once I'd done all the things I didn't like doing, or I could only, let myself have something if I really had earned it, right? I had to earn so many things in my life prior to where I am now. And this kind of faulty thinking gets us really trapped on that hamster wheel. And we can be so hypercritical and so hard on ourselves from this place. And we also then think, though, well, if I'm not this way, am I really going to succeed? Am I really going to be able to bring something beautiful to the world? Am I going to be able to do the things I love? And so can you see, right, how we end up wanting to do the things we love, but then in this self-discipline model, we have to do all these other things to earn it. And the way that I see it, the way that I engage with it, the way that I have now built my life around is that I do it in devotion. There's no part of me that gets hard on myself about doing something. I either love doing it or I don't. And if I don't love doing it, well, then what could I love about it? Or how could I change it so that then I do love it? Or what part of it can I delegate? If there's something that I really, really don't like doing, well, then someone else should be doing it or ought to be doing it, right? Let's not shit on ourselves. So that means that someone else gets to do it. rather than me because it's not what I love. And if I'm in devotion to myself, to my joy, to my happiness, to my purpose, to my life, to my relationships, to my children, to my dog, if I'm in devotion to all of these things, then what I choose to do comes from a very different place than if I'm trying to be disciplined. Because even just the word discipline, it means I did something wrong and that I could be in trouble for doing something wrong and I better do it a different way or, right, this whole story perpetuates. So when we flip that script and we come from our devotions, we come from our loving, we come from the place that lights us up, and we choose to move from that place daily and act from that place in everything we do, this changes our life. It changes the frequency, raises our vibration. It allows a new timeline to open because we are telling the universe that we are here in devotion and a devotion to a bigger truth, devotion to a bigger life, devotion to more love, more kindness, more joy, more happiness. And when we allow that frequency, right? Gratitude, we're devoted to more gratitude in our lives. That's an incredible frequency. And so when we commit to being in the frequency of devotion rather than discipline, we can even just feel it talking about it, like the difference between those two, right? It's palpable. And discipline tends to have a really harsh critic inside us that is trying to discipline us, trying to tell us, hey, we need to do this XYZ before you can do ABC. And they're really good at it. This part of us, right? This part that we have worked with for many years and has gotten so much accomplished. I'm not discrediting this part of us or of you in any way because this part has so much value. You know, I talk about that so often, right? I value all of our parts. They're so precious. Some of them just need to be reworked a little. And I see in my own life the difference between taking the part of me that was so good at disciplining me to get the job done, to get the good grades, to do the paper in the exact way, to do everything the boss needed and then some, right? Like I was an overachiever, such an overachiever. And I was the good girl. Just be the good girl, get everything done. Everybody will like you. And then you can feel like you belong and you're worthy and you'll be loved. And I lived in that script for so long. And it's like, gosh, is it so good to step away from that, right? And really see the truth about how those parts of us were loving us. And yet when we corral them all into devotion, there is such a bigger life that we can live from that place because we show up for everything with love, with gratitude, with acceptance, with surrender, with excitement, with curiosity, with purpose, with passion. There's so much that goes into that space of devotion. And when you bring that to all of your tasks, to all of your relationships, everything changes just because it does, right? It's not hard work. It's not digging into wounding or things. You're just rearranging the way the incredible parts of you already do a good job, but you bring them into a different light. You bring them into a different frequency and you let them serve you in a different way. And then from that place, you build happiness, you build joy, you build love, you build all these things inside your being and you exist at a different state of being, right? So much of this work and how we progress and how we bring more purpose to the world in our lives relates to our state of being. So many of us are caught in the doing and we exist at a level of being that is all about doing. And we're trying to get our needs met in this place. Yet when we can move back from the doing and we can create a state of being that really circles around and includes and is enmeshed with devotion, that state of being brings an entirely different life to your doorstep, right? Reality doesn't necessarily change, but the way you are interacting with reality because of your state of being and the way that you show up in devotion, this changes reality, the reality that you're inside of. So what can you shift today, right? What are you disciplining yourself in that you could actually just be in devotion around? What would need to shift? What idea, what belief, what reframe can you bring to something that you are currently in a disciplined relationship with and allow yourself to be in a devotion relationship with? Drop a link or drop a note in the comments. I'd love to hear what you're changing today. And if you want more of these teachings, head on over to Substack. Water Rising is live there. We have postings multiple times a week. There's free content. There's exclusive paid content. You can join us in many ways. Come join the community. Let's do this together. Let's rise. Let's lead. Let's create a new world, a new reality for us all. Mwah. I love you.